Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about the fact that Pat McAfee said he's not supposed to talk about Caitlin Clark anymore. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. We're going for 4,000, and we need your help. And hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. So, Rob, this is a weird one. It really is weird. I don't know what the truth is. All I can go is by what Pat McAfee said. And I'll go over that right now. He was on the Rich Eisen show. Before we get to that, just some backdrop. McAfee did a segment where he talked about the popularity of Caitlin Clark and compared it with Angel Reese. And it was a really cute one where they were trying to predict who was getting more people at certain games and who was getting higher ratings at certain games. He did that too, both in fan attendance and in ratings. And they kept guessing, oh, it must be Angel Reese or Cameron Brink or whatever. And each time it was wrong. It was always Caitlin Clark every time. And he was just trying to show you how ridiculous it was that they were pushing this as it was like the rookie class when it was really about Caitlin Clark. And then at the end, he said she's a great white bee, the B word, which of course was inappropriate. And he apologized, but he meant it as a compliment. Caitlin Clark said she was not offended by it. So it was like not as big a deal as it could have been. Of course, he shouldn't use that word for women. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, he was using it his show has a bunch of guys on there. So, I guess he forgot that people are actually watching.
I know.
He's not in a bar. So
he thought he was in his basement or something.
Yeah. So I think he kind of was like, oh, shoot, I'm not other people watching besides.
So it was wrong, but he didn't mean it. He meant it as a compliment, not as an
insult. Right.
So you can't back up using that word.
Right.
But anyways, so they talked about the fact that the Olympics kept their show going, because it's a slow part of summer for these sports. And then Rich Eisen said, Caitlin Clark too, pal. There's no question about it. And McAfee responded, well, the universe told me not to talk about her. Oh, Eisen said, oh, is that right? And McAfee said, the universe. Yeah, the universe. Yeah. God came in and was like, you know what, pal? Probably go ahead and stop it. When Eisen asked why the universe would tell him such a thing, McAfee made an apparent reference to the incident in June, which we just talked about, where he called her the white bee. He said, because I'm an idiot mostly. The reason is because I'm an idiot. And I want to say we're big supporters. I think what she has done, obviously remarkable. He added, but nonetheless, I am dumb and the way I speak, not good. And multiple times God has come in and been like, you need to stop. That was weird, Rob.
Yeah. But I don't think he means actually the Savior, the God himself. I think he's talking about, if you read through it, you know who God is and who he works for. We all know that.
Well, we'll address it. Let's finish what we said. Some people assumed McAfee was implying that his network bosses had laid down the law regarding Clark, who's in her rookie season. But McAfee later said on X that notion isn't true. And he said, I said God in the universe told me to stop talking about it. That was through me saying something that was inevitably always caused full chaos. It wasn't great for my life or for the program. Well, I don't know about the program or his life, but I would say, Rob, that the universe was ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
I can't prove it. Only McAfee knows what was in his head, but it seems weird that God came down and told him to stop talking about Caitlin Clark.
Right. And he shouldn't say he's dumb. I hate when people call themselves dumb. I always correct them, say, no, you're not. You're not dumb. I mean, you may have said something that wasn't smart, but you yourself are not a dumb person. You're not dumb. I hate when people do that.
Well, right. I agree.
Well, I think the reason why he's saying that, they must have really read him. The universe must have really read him the riot act, and threatened his, his job. And this is his job, and then he makes pretty good money, so he didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, just so background, in case you don't know, I think most people know at this point, he had his own podcast and it was real popular. And then ESPN basically hired him and transferred the podcast over to them, which is also like a YouTube channel at the same time. So he's making a ton of money because of ESPN, more than he was making on his podcast, although that was very successful too. So basically, he's their boss, and they can fire him anytime they want. He's making a lot of money. So he's got to listen to him to some degree. If he just says whatever he wants, they could, I'm sure there's something in the contract, they could end it. So to think there's not pressure, or to think they don't have some, control over him, is pretty naive.
Yeah, I mean, and also with the God part, yeah, I mean, he says that he actually meant it was what he's talking about. I'm sure he was, but then he's also interjecting still his bosses. I mean, in that.
Well, it was, he said he's dumb, but the piece itself was brilliant.
No, yeah,
if you saw the piece, it was brilliant until the last sentence. It was brilliant. And why he can't talk about Caitlin Clark, that's flabbergasting to me, Rob. Just because he pointed out that it's not neck and neck in popularity, or ESPN would cut down on that. And why is God saying don't talk about Caitlin Clark anymore? Why is the universe telling him not to talk about Caitlin Clark anymore? Because he said the white B word, or because he pointed out something that was obvious that people didn't want to hear in terms of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark? I'm very confused by this whole situation, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, part of the universe is probably they got a lot of mail from women saying that, and not just women, but just people, that what he said was not appropriate. But I mean, that happens a lot in sports, and he apologized. So that's how usually it is. If he apologized for what he said, so we move on. And so if that happened, why is it all of a sudden now you can? I believe he's from Indiana, and that's why
Right.
he promotes all the Indiana teams like the Pacers and stuff. So
I see it as irrelevant, Rob, because it doesn't. Yes, what he said was wrong about the white B word, but that doesn't mean he should stop talking about it. He should just stop saying that phrase.
Right, exactly.
Why does he have to stop talking about it just because he said one phrase that was wrong?
Yeah, I'm wondering about this.
And that's not even. I mean, he's got a show that's popular. Some people would like him to talk about Caitlin Clark because there's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans. So it seems to me it's going to hurt the popularity of his show if he never talks about Caitlin Clark anymore. And that's going to cost ESPN money.
Yeah, I think so.
They don't care.
No, they're already against her anyway, so.
I know. So I think it's bizarre. I don't believe him. I think ESPN said something to him. And I think ESPN said something to him after he said that was the universe and God, and clarified, make sure it's not ESPN. I think both things happened, Rob.
Right, I agree.
I don't trust ESPN. I think they have ulterior motives. I think they're overly woke, and I think they're anti-Caitlin Clark for that reason.
Right.
Pat McAfee, I'm disappointed in him, but I understand he's got a wallet that he's worried about.
Yeah.
But it's too bad because I like his takes. I don't like them all, but he's got some unique takes. And, he's a big fan of Caitlin Clark, and he thought she was going to be great from the beginning, and he was right. So his take is a good take.
Yeah.
And anyways, so we'll see what happens in the future. But hopefully ESPN will light up. And you're not going to talk about her for the rest of his career? I mean, she's got like a 15, 20-year career probably. This is bizarre. This is really bizarre. And I'm very confused by it, the whole situation.
It's very strange to me.
So let us know what you think. See if you can figure it out, because I can't figure it out. And it doesn't seem real believable to me that that's what's going to happen. He can't talk about Caitlin Clark for the rest of her career just because he does a podcast for ESPN, who's hopefully they won't be the big wide leader of sports anymore. They're a bad example of what a sports channel should be in terms of being objective.
Right. Exactly.
So join us live, and we'll try to be objective when we watch Caitlin Clark on Saturday against the Minnesota Lynx and Rob's favorite coach, the delightful Cheryl Reeve.
As long as Clark doesn't punch those, those inanimate objects, I'll stick with her. Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. If she abuses that anymore, then we have to give her 2 technicals just for that.
Oh yeah.
It's on NBA TV at 8:00. So please join us for that. Our normal live show is Monday, 6 to 8 Eastern time, and you can also call in for that show. But it's every Monday except for major holidays. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. It's free. No credit card, no credit check. We're going for 4,000 subscribers. We need your help. Hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. We do Caitlin Clark and football. We're going to do a lot of football coming up now. So look for those. And if you want to donate to this channel, we got super chats and super thanks down below, and also a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.